All right, what's up, guys? Chris Lee back with another Just Throw a Disc Golf video. Now, check this out, guys. I have been struggling really bad with my putts lately, and it's been super frustrating just because a lot of my good rounds are actually being thrown away because I'm missing easy putts. Now, yes, I am spending time out here putting, but I'm not putting enough. And I think the problem that I'm running into right now is that I'm actually putting with different putters, some from MVP, some from Discraft, and I think the change of flight and how I release the disc are actually, I think it's actually affecting the way that I throw my particular disc in general, okay? So what I'm gonna be doing right now is I'm gonna be showing you guys some footage throughout my videos to where I just recently had a horrible round of putting the other day, and I missed probably 10, maybe 12 putts within 10 feet. And trust me, guys, I was almost ready to quit disc golf. I was so discouraged. But I also like to show you guys the real of it, okay? With that being said, what I'm doing right now is I'm in my garage, and I'm actually going to be working on some of my putts today and just kind of showing you guys the reality of what it's like to struggle in disc golf as a beginner, okay? So you're going to see me try to make some putts. I may miss a lot of putts. I may make some putts. I'm going to try to do some within 10 feet, some a little bit deeper than that. And I just want to show you guys what my putting technique is like, what my form is like, and things like that. And you guys can feel free to give me some tips and pointers in the comment section. But just know that I'm not going to take everything that you guys say and apply that, just because I have simply found that playing disc golf at this point, the worst thing I've done in the past 7 months of playing is trying to take on everything and all the different advice that everybody has given me. Some things you got to take on, some things you got to just get rid of it. So what I'm going to do is just work on some of my putts right now and show you guys what it looked like. And if you guys do got any points, tips and pointers, then I'll go ahead and see if I can add that to my game. And if not, then I'll kind of get rid of it. But let's go ahead and jump into it right now. All right, guys. So right now, I don't have my external microphone right now. It's actually in my buddy's car. Okay, so you see I got the MVP Disc Sports pod, okay? This thing is really cool for holding different putters and discs like that, so you can go ahead and practice. And then I also have my MVP basket here. Okay, so check that out. It's a really good basket. The chains are kind of loud, but you know, it is what it is. But anyways, what I'm gonna be doing, guys, is just pretty much practicing at a distance. Now, I don't know exactly how far out I am from this, but I'm just gonna try to putt within maybe 10 and then maybe 15 or a little bit further out. We'll see, okay? But that's what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna get this set up and just work on some of my putts and kind of go from there. All right, guys, so check it out. The frustrating thing is that a lot of my putts have been either high or low, either right at the front of cage or right at the top of band. And I'm trying to find that middle ground, but it's not even that. I think more so when I'm shooting the same distance in my garage, it's so much easier because I feel like it's a narrow space in here. But when I go out to a course, it seems so wide open. Even though it's the same distance, I get more nervous to kind of shoot my putts. So I'm trying to find a way to kind of dial that in so I can make more putts, right? Now, here's the thing. The crazy part is that I've been struggling to make my putts within 10 feet. I don't know why, right? But lately, I have been making long putts. Say, hypothetically, I shoot OB. I'm about 25 feet out, maybe 30 out. And I take my meters in to shoot from the OB into the basket. I have been making those putts. Or if I'm shooting over a hill that I can't even see the basket or can barely see the basket, I have been dropping those putts. It's just crazy to me. It doesn't make sense because I know that I'm more focused on my line, but I think I'm more so used to doing my hyzer putting, okay? And lately, I have been trying to change that just because I want to learn how to putt straighter. Now, am I saying that anything is wrong with hyzer putts? No. Don't let the guys out there in the disc golf community make you feel bad like hyzer putting is bad, because it's not. Whatever you need to do to get your putter into the basket, do whatever you need to do, whether that's throw flatter, hyzer putts, or whatever. What you need to focus on is dialing that in, okay? So I've seen guys who throw completely flat, they still miss putts. I've seen guys who putt too hard and they still miss putts. I've seen guys putt short or soft and they go shorter. And then I've seen guys do hyzer putts and, you know, sometimes they miss, sometimes they make them. It doesn't matter. My thing is to find out what works for you. That's what I'm going to be doing. So we're going to try to dial that in right now. Let's make it happen. All right. So some of the worries and concerns that I had is it okay to go ahead and start putting with a bunch of different putters? Now, I got like some non-PDGA approved putters here. I got some Discraft putters here. I got some Jawbreakers, some MVP Adams, some Envies, some DGA putters, which are really good, some Breaker putters. I just got, you know, Soft Challengers. I have some Discmania putters in here. I pretty much have a bunch of different brands of putters right here on my face. Now, this is all I got to go ahead and putt for right now, or this is all I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna work on this short distance, and I'm gonna try to basically set it up to where I'm putting from about right here to the basket and just see if I can go ahead and drop those putts in. Now I always try to do like this little follow through so I can get used to actually getting in the motion of shooting my putts that way. You want to try to follow through with your putts. Don't just kind of halfway putt or toss it in there. Just follow all the way through. Early release. Didn't follow through, didn't feel confident. A little high. Now, how do I fix that? Because that's how I've been putting. Still a little bit high. A little short, even though I made it. I can feel it come out of my hands early. A little early release, I'm not following through. Okay. All right, so not bad. 18 putters, so I made 16 out of 18 putts. All right, so for the video purposes, I'm gonna do it from this angle, okay? Go out a little bit deeper. Hesitated a little bit. There we go. Oh, I got robbed. That hit the chain and came out. That was a putt. Too high. Hesitated on that. Slow down. Slow it down. Easy. There we go. Now, both of those are high. I feel like my eyes are kind of moving around a bit. So I need to focus on locking on a chain link and see if I can actually make this putt. There we go. Much more confident release. I do want to say that some of the things that have actually made me a better putter in this short time is actually watching other people putt. Now, what I mean by that is I've watched other people putt. I've watched great putters who putt really well. They have nice, straight, flat putting, but the problem is they putt too hard. So I have seen them get a lot of spit outs, right? But then I have also seen other people who putt who I guess you could say don't really follow through. And what I mean by that is it's almost like they're holding a hot plate. So when they're about to putt, they're holding it up, and then when they putt, they kind of jump out or flick their hand a little bit without actually following through, and it really affects their putting. So I have basically tried to find a balance between watching other people putt while at the same time trying to figure out my style of putting as well. So I have found within the short time that I have been putting that it's a lot better to follow through and not putt as hard. I have a buddy of mine. He is really talented as disc golf. He's only been playing a couple years, but you would think this guy has been playing over 10 years because he's that good, right? And I see, to me, he has some of the perfect best form when it comes to putting. What I have found is that when he putts sometime, he putts, whether he's short distance within 15, circle 1, even, sometimes circle 2. It doesn't really matter, but when he putts really hard, and he putts basically the same amount of speed and spin and all that on it at the same time on every putt, whether he's close or not. And I have seen him get a lot of spit outs. Then I have found other people who putt, who have been playing disc golf for a while, they play really well, but the thing is when they putt too soft, okay? And when I mean too soft, it don't matter whether they're circle 1, circle 2, they basically putt the same way every single time, and they don't have enough spin, they don't have enough snap, they don't follow through. It's just like a really soft putt, and they always fall short. So I learned something from them as well. And it's just that if you're gonna putt on a straight line, you gotta know how much to put on and how much to take off. Me, for right now, I'm struggling with trying to find the height of my putts. Do I go higher? Do I go lower? So the reason why I've actually been struggling with those particular putts and those distances, or the heights, if you will, is because I play at different courses, and sometimes the baskets are higher, sometimes the baskets are lower at different locations. And if I don't play at a particular course consistently, then it's kind of hard for me to figure that out. But if I want to get good at disc golf, then I need to learn how to find that perfect release angle, and I should be good. All my release points are really good at the basket on the right line, but they're either too short, they're either too high, top of the band, or they're hitting the top of cage. So let's try to figure that out. I'm gonna shoot a little bit deeper and see if that helps me out. All right, so I'm gonna say that this is probably about at least 30 out. That's what I'm gonna say. Or probably even more than that, okay? So I'm gonna work on trying to putt at a further distance, okay? Kind of going up the hill, so it's a little bit uncomfortable. Short. There's too much flick. I didn't follow through. There you go. There you go. Ooh, a little high. That was a good putt, though. Short. Hesitated. Not a good spin. All right, so I got a good line, but now I'm gonna adjust myself a little bit. Turn my body and face more square to the basket. Let me try that. There we go, much better. Early release. There we go, nice follow through. There we go. That's a good follow through. I can feel it coming off my hands the right way. There we go. A little left. What I meant by when I said I have friends that putt, because we all do it, okay? When we don't follow through, you kind of know when you don't follow through. And what I mean by that is sometimes I do this. Sometimes I'll come here and I'll just release it right here. And instead of it going straight to the basket, it goes left to the basket, or I can feel it slip out of my hands because I'm not following through. Other times, like I said, I have friends. This is how I used to putt when I first started. Some of my friends putt like this right now. So I have one buddy that I just met. He putts and he holds his putter like this. And what he does is he just kind of does this. He kind of flicks it off of his hand, but he doesn't follow through, or he doesn't reach out to the basket, and it affects his putting. And he can throw really far, I might add. Okay? But what I told him, just from spectating, just like other people give me tips, is I said, hey man, if you just follow through and reach out to the basket and just finish your follow through, you'll make a lot more putts. Here recently, he's been making more putts because he's actually been doing it. So he still has the same stance of when he's about to putt, but when he does, he just goes all the way through. Now, I don't putt like that, so I don't even try that, right? But for myself, I was kind of doing this. Sometimes I don't follow through because I putt nervous, so I go like this. And when I do that, I kind of don't extend my arm all the way out. I don't get my body into it. I don't lean into it. A lot of different things happen, and then I tend to miss those putts. So I have another guy, I met him, and when he putts, he gets low, and he has a good form when he's about to putt. But what he does is he does that. He doesn't really follow through on his putts. And I told him the same thing. Hey man, if you start following through, you will get to the basket. He started fixing that, and he started making more putts. What's a problem that I'm having that's causing me to miss putts? I'll tell you what's causing me to miss putts. So one thing is, sometimes I go up to my putt and I turn my body sideways like this. And when I do, I go here, and this is kind of uncomfortable, right? Or at least it don't feel that way. But I come up and I come off and I'm putting this way. And when I do, my disc comes to the right past the basket because of my arm angle. So what I've been trying to do lately is just square my foot up, pointing toward the basket, even square my body a little bit more. Not necessarily like a straddler putt, right? Or a straddle putt, but just more so putting my foot back a little bit, open this foot up some. That way I'm able to still be square, line my arm up or my shoulder up, going up and down toward the basket, but I'm able to come down here and just go into the basket. So here, and just shooting forward, okay? Now, I didn't shoot that confidently, but this is what I mean. Just following through. I'm coming down and I'm extending into the basket. That's been helping me make my putts. Where I've been kind of missing my putts is I am trying to focus now on my release point. So now that I'm more square with the basket, now it's a matter of my release point, okay? Some of my other buddies, they putt like this. One comes here and he putts from the chest. I can't do that. If I tried it right now, it just feels awkward to me. That's not how I putt, right? I have other buddies that they putt up here, they hold it up here, and they just right into the basket. That's just not my style. My style is more so to hold it up, line myself up with my arm, make sure that when I come down, it's gonna extend into the basket, okay? And then I just come down and try to point once I open up my wrist, because if you're a push putter, you're gonna do more of this. You're just gonna push into the basket. You don't have any spin or any of that. Some people putt like that. That's not my thing. I'm more of a spin putter, so I kind of like to have it with my wrist in, and then when I come out, I get enough of a wrist snap to kind of get it to come off of my fingers, okay? So I like to see it spin, even if it's not a whole bunch, okay? I think when it comes to putting, if you want to be good at putting, you got to learn how to do both. It's something that I'm not really trying to practice as far as push putting, but I will need it eventually. Okay? So now, the other thing is this. My son, he's only 12. He can putt pretty good. Now his thing is this. He puts his foot too far back, and sometimes he goes down, and then he cuts himself short, and he ends up hitting the cage a lot. So I told him just to stand up a little bit, lean into the putt, and then come through. The second thing that he does, he has a really good spin putt, probably even better than mine. The thing is when he snaps his wrist, or he, try to get the snap out, is his angle of his arm is off. So he's faced this way, and when he comes forward and opens up all the way on his snap, the disc goes right past the basket, too far to the right. So I told him, instead of just snapping so hard, you don't need that much. Just figure out how much you need to actually release to get toward the basket, okay? That's gonna help make a difference. For myself, I used to do the same thing. I was always going right, or I was going left. Early release, late release. Early release, late release. Now guys, I just wanna say, I know that angle wasn't perfect as far as the lighting, and trying to show you guys exactly what I mean, but hopefully you guys got the gist of what I was trying to tell you as far as the putting. So what I'm saying is that no, I'm no putting expert. I'm just letting you know what I've learned as a beginner in a process of watching other people. My putts have gotten a lot better, but I have also been told by some of my friends who have been throwing a long time, I've been told that, dude, you're just going to have on days and off days. You're going to have good days and bad days in disc golf. And I've seen it. I've seen some of the guys that throw neg 12, neg 10, neg 9, whatever on a, pretty consistent basis come out and throw, a neg 2 day or plus 2 day or plus 4 day. It happens, okay? I've also seen some of the best disc golfers around here have days to where they are just missing putts back to back. They're frustrated, and it really pisses them off. It pisses me off. I get upset about it myself. What you can't do in a tournament base, or I guess you can say from a tournament standpoint, is if you have a bad putt, good or bad, you can't take that on to the next hole, if that makes sense. That just simply means that however you putt, finish that hole out and forget about it and move on to the next hole. If you try to put your focus on anything else, on what you did on hole 1, hole 2, hole 4, hole 5, you're going to carry that on over to the next hole. And I'm not necessarily meaning by shooting good or bad. I mean, like, you're going to put your focus elsewhere where it doesn't need to be. So focus on a putt at hand. And then also, one thing that I haven't been practicing lately that I definitely need to do is I need to practice taking more than one putter with me, at least 2 putters on every hole. That way, if I miss, then I can correct it on the next shot. I don't really do that, but it's something that I see a lot of my friends doing that I definitely need to start doing, because maybe that'll help me know how to shoot my putts better the next time around, or basically correct myself the second time I shoot it, even if it doesn't count. So I'm hoping that this video helped you guys out. I'm hoping that you guys kind of got something out of it. This is coming from a beginner standpoint. So no, I'm not an expert. I'm not perfect. I may not have all the tools, but I'm willing to bet that this video is going to help somebody out there get a little bit better at their putts while they're watching this video. And it's also going to help me continuously want to perfect my putting as well, so I can start consistently shooting under. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Did this video help you out? Was it helpful? If it was, let me know down in the comment section. Also, if you have some putting tips, pointers, whatever, let me know down in the putting section. Let me know what you think about my form, whether you want to hate, whether you want to give me some constructive criticism, whether you love it, enjoy it in general. I love all feedback. I welcome it all, okay? Just let me know in the comment section. But my boys just got home. Y'all come over here real quick. Got my youngins. I knew they were coming because they just got off the bus, but you know. Where's Zyler at?
What's poppin', everybody?
What up, what up, what up, what up?
What's up?
What up, what up, what up? These are some really good disc golfers too, you know, so we just elite family, you know, trying to do some disc golf and things like that. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. Make sure you check out my other content. With that being said, if you're new to disc golf, pick up a disc, don't stress, and just throw it.